What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Lawn Shark channel. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I am going to do a quick mow here to start us off, and then I think I'm going to spend some time and just walk you guys around the lawn and give you a perspective of how the lawn is doing since our lawn renovation. I know we've done some video that shows like from a overall perspective what it looks like, but I'm going to get a little bit more into the details, and I'm also going to show you a little bit of what some of the plans are for the spring season and some things that we're going to be doing to get us ready for the summer season, which is some of the landscaping and things like that. Let's just get started right now and just do a quick mow, and then we'll take that walk. Got to the last 20 feet of weed eating here and ran out of string. Luckily I have more. There, that was a pain. I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the lawn and of some of the plans that we have for not only the lawn but the flower beds as well. So when you look at the lawn, you can kind of see a little bit of like yellowing or even just a little bit of burning on the top, and I'm pretty sure that that's just from some of the freeze. It's starting to grow out. But one of the things that I noticed when I was doing especially all of this trim here is just how thick this has grown in. I actually had to use my trimmer, and then I also had to use the weed whacker with a string to get rid of all that stuff. And even then I wasn't able to get all of it. If you look really closely, you can just see how thick that came in, and that's all that compost that we had brought in to the grass. But overall, the grass is just really thick, especially up here. So as far as the flower beds are concerned, I'm gonna come in at some point and actually do a nice hard edge along all of the flower beds. We definitely wanna bring in a lot more color. I talked about some of the spring bulbs that we want to put in, and we're just going to put that in all along the edge there. We've already gotten a few tulips here that kind of cheated and brought them in when they were already coming up. But if you look at it, you can see that we're about to get some flowers here pretty quickly. And then we did the same thing over here on this side where you can see some of the flowers. But we're basically going to do the exact same thing over here. And when you look at this Japanese maple, look at all of this new growth right here. All of these red branches, these are all brand new growth that's coming in. And so that's going to start blooming here pretty soon. But this tree I thought wasn't doing very well because of the trunk down there was looking a little rough. But we moved some of the dirt away from it, and I think that kind of did the trick because it's looking really nice and it's going to do well this spring. But other than that, when you look at the front lawn, there's not a whole lot to do other than the flower beds. It just looks really good. I think once we start moving some fertilizer into here and start pushing some of that green, it's gonna look really, really good. But all right, so when we walk back here to the back, these are all of those steps that I did back in the early fall. And we're gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup in the rocks, just a little bit of stuff that's growing up in there. We just need to put some Roundup on it. But overall, the grass has done a pretty good job back here. The only issue that we're having is when it rains really hard, we are getting a lot of water coming down along the fence and it's pulling up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do a raised flower bed all along the fence, and I think that that's gonna help with some of that water when it comes all the way down. I was thinking about doing a whole trenching system all the way down the pathway down here, and you can kind of see where it's like discolor there. That's where all this water's coming in. So it's not really washing anything out, but it is causing some issues here with just some of the, slow erosion, and you can see where all that sand came in from last year. But I think once I do a raised flower bed all along this edge, that's gonna help keep the water off of the fence and it'll just run down. But overall, I think it's holding up together pretty well. And I'm gonna hold off on doing any trenching that's actually gonna cause, because I was actually gonna put a whole pipe that runs all the way down and then run out to the front. But if I do that, I'm gonna do that in the fall. I've got some turf bend coming in and I got that ordered. And so when that comes in, I'm just gonna do a nice clean coat all the way back here and just to kind of help fill it in. If you guys remember, this is an experiment. This is straight perennial ryegrass. We live in the transition zone, which is really, really hot, which means that it's probably not gonna survive. So it's an experiment. If it doesn't, that's fine. Then what we'll do is when fall comes around, we'll put down some fescue and we'll just call it a day. But I'm hoping that with irrigation and just taking care of it and putting in a lot more compost and fertilizing, that it'll survive. But time will tell, and I'm okay if it doesn't work. It was, like I said, it was an experiment. Up here, we've got all these flower beds that we want to continue to add some color, and we'll be doing that in the next few weeks. We've got bulbs, we've got some different types of flowers and plants that we want to put up there. And the same thing over here next to this air conditioner. I'll probably put some decorative grass to kind of help cover that up a little bit so people don't see it. But we definitely need a lot more color, a lot more plants along there. I don't like these types of decorative grasses, so I'm probably gonna pull all of those and do something else along the grill right there. But then this is the big project that we're gonna have to work on, which is the hill. I'm gonna pretty much round up this whole thing and just start doing some sort of landscaping. I've got a few ideas with some rocks and with some different types of plants. It's probably gonna be a multi-year project along here. Hopefully I stay in this house long enough to actually do this. But it's just not a really good hill to do anything. I can't grow grass, and you can see all the moss that's in there. So I think I've got enough irrigation to deal with it, but I am gonna have to do some plants all along here. But we're gonna take out most of the things that are in this hill. All the dark stuff there is stuff that we're gonna keep from where it goes. You see that line right there where it's light green, dark green? Everything that's light green this way is gonna get round up, and then we're gonna redo all of this. Like I said, I've got some ideas, and so we're gonna work on that here come the next few weeks before it gets too terribly hot. From this angle, the grass is looking pretty good. All right, folks, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching how thick this grass is starting to grow. You gotta remember, I just did this in the fall, and then we had the cold weather right away, and so this is the first chance that it's actually starting to see a little bit of warmth and it's starting to grow. But I am impressed with how thick it is, especially up in the front where we've got a nice mix of perennial ryegrass and Kentucky bluegrass. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys stick around to see what we do next. We've got some fertilization coming up. We got a couple other projects, and then obviously that hill is going to be the big project, but I think that's going to be kind of a work in progress that we're going to work on throughout the year, and then it's going to be a multi-year thing because that hill is just an eyesore as far as I'm concerned. We'll see, but stay tuned. We'll be working on that throughout the summer, and we'll actually be getting to it probably in the next couple weeks. We've got vacation in a couple weeks, and so when we come back, that's when we'll probably be hitting it. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if I've earned your subscription. And if you want to be notified of future videos, don't forget to hit that bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a great week, everybody.